Hey guys, it's Vidya, and this is Godot for OptionButton setup signals and unexpected behavior. I was going to say unwanted, but unwanted, unexpected, same thing. The OptionButton node offers the functionality of a drop-down list that allows the user to choose a single item from that list. However, in Godot, the way it works is not the way it seems. While I was doing my job, I ran into unexpected behavior of Godot's OptionButton. The OptionButton didn't send the ID I assigned. It sent the index number of the option in the list instead. We'll set up a small demo scene with a CanvasLayer control and add an OptionButton on top. We'll add a few entries to the OptionButton using code because that is how most people, I think, are going to use it. You're not going to use the editor to add the options because one of the nice things about the OptionButton is that it's really meant to be a data-driven type of thing. Then we'll set up a signal to the script to see what the output of each option is. Last, I will show you how to make the OptionButton behave in a way that will provide the expected outcome. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's click on Other Node, and we're going to add our canvas layer right to the bottom. And come on over to 2D mode. Add a child node, and we are going to add a control node to it. And if you're zoomed out too far, go ahead and zoom in. And we're going to grab this anchor preset here and maximize it. And on top of that control, we're going to right click, add child node, and we're going to add our option button to it. Now in the option button, you can add your elements here, but we're going to do that in code. So let's go ahead and save our scene, and I'm just going to call this test just for example. Hit save, and let's go ahead and attach a script also to this. So we're going to attach a script, and we're going to choose C#. We're going to inherit from CanvasLayer because that's what we're going to put the test script on. I'm just going to call it test.cs. That's fine. All right, now we got our test.cs put in there, and our code is now open. So the first thing that we need to do is make a reference to the option button. So we're just gonna, well, we could do the export and do a private option button, and we're just gonna call this option btn. And since we exported that, we're gonna now assign the option button to it. So let's go on back to Godot and hit our build button. Now that our code is built, we can click off the canvas layer and go back. And option button, we can click on assign and choose option button. So now our option button is assigned. And we are going to use the output window to look at the messages that we're going to get back. So now let's go into here and let's put some stuff into our option button. So we're going to do option button dot add item, and the add item can take a label and an ID, and this is very key. So we're going to call this item 1, and we're going to give it an integer ID of 2, and you'll see why I'm doing this in just a moment. So I'm going to copy that and paste it 2 more times. Okay, so do option 2 and make this a 3, and item 3, and let's make this option number 4. So let's just say that you're doing some sort of data insertion to create your option button, but the order of the data that you're putting into the option button is not sorted. So you want to know for sure what each item you're getting back from the option button is when you're getting that back to say, yes, I selected this option. Now we're not going to need the process on this, but we are going to need the signal sent back from the option button to this script. So let's hop back over to Godot click on the option button, click on node, and we're going to choose item selected index int. And you see this is the selected index. So it's the index of index there. And you're going to see this. So we're going to just copy that, hit connect, and then in Visual Studio or code, we're just going to do a private void. And then we're just going to put in an argument, and we're just going to say int my int. So that the signal signature matches what's going to come down. And we're just going to gd.print, and we're just going to say int sent by the signal. And then we're going to just go that and plus my int. All right, perfect. So let's go on back to Godot and hit play. I'm just going to select my current scene here. Okay, I have everything scaled up so it's easy to see on my screen. So I'm going to select option 1, and then I'm going to come down here, and then this should be this should say 2 and this should say 3. But I click on it, and int sent by the signal is 1. And then I come over and check 3. Int sent by the signal is 2. And let's go to option 1. Int sent by the signal is 0. So the top option is 0. Bottom option is, second option is 1. And the last one is 2. So it's 0, 1, and 2. So it's giving you the list of options as per their sorted numbers, which is not what I want. I want the ID. When you go into your option button and you look at it here, and you add an element just to test, we can just call this item 4. And you can see that we have an ID number that we can assign to it, but we're not getting this ID number. I'm just going to delete this out of here. It's just showing you, for example, on the buildup. So let's go ahead and say we're going to now get the actual ID from the signal that is sent instead. gd.print, and we're just going to say item ID, which is what I really want. And then I'm going to say option button dot get item ID, and we are going to send it my int. Takes parentheses, not square brackets. So we're going to say item ID, option button, get item ID my int. And I'm just going to save that. Come back over to Godot. Now we're going to get 2 prints from Godot now when we select something. So I'm going to hit play. And then remember, this should be 2, this should be 3. So I'm going to choose item 2. There you go. So item sent by the signal is 1. Item ID is 3. So now perfect. It has the item ID that I want. And then same with item 3. So we sent int 2. And the item ID we have is now 4. And then let's go back to 1. And now it's item ID 2, which is exactly matches our code. So you got 2, 3, and 4. And this concludes this very short tutorial on how to get the ID instead of the index number of the option button.